Before we actually, as I said, we have a very long agenda. Before I get to that, I think it's appropriate. It's more than appropriate. I mean, it's required. It's mandatory to acknowledge the passing of Jim Dostal. Jim Dostal, former council president, former councilor at large, former school committee member, the man who was essentially who knew he knew the entire anatomy of this community and its soul, was a modest individual who actually deeply cared about his community, and he served the community not because he had ambitions or because he was seeking power or even trying to advance an agenda. He served the community because he grew up here, he cherished this place, and he was a paragon of what it means to be a public servant. He actually he served as a model for us, because as a public servant, he gave that position nobility. And his passing, for even folks who didn't know him, is significant. And you can see Jim's mark in every system and every action that we've done since his tenure in this community, and things that we take for granted, things like the water that flows under our streets. Jim is in large part responsible for these systems. So I would ask you all to join me for a brief moment of silence and acknowledging and thinking of Jim Dostal. Thank you for that. Now we make time for communications from the mayor, and he does indeed have communications.
It just seemed to be appropriate, given the moment of silence that you just had, whether it might be appropriate to pull up an order that I have on the agenda, later in the agenda.
Okay. The councilor, all those. I'm seeing a nodding of heads. I'll accept that as an agreement with you, so that'd be great. In City Council, November 5th, 2015, upon the recommendation of Mayor David J. Narkewicz, ordered that the Northampton Wastewater Treatment Plant, located at 33 Hockanum Rd, Northampton, Massachusetts, is hereby renamed the James M. Dostal Senior Northampton Wastewater Treatment Plant. I'll accept the motion. Put that on the floor.
Second.
Your Honor.
Just wanted, obviously, to echo the comments you made during your moment of silence. Councilor Dostal obviously had a major impact and in particular left a really important mark on this wastewater treatment plant, which he basically was there as it was built from the ground up, and was obviously the superintendent of the treatment plant at the end of, retired from the DPW after 42 years as the leader of that system. I'd been in contact with his family in the weeks prior to his passing, and his brother had talked with me about wanting to do something, a park bench or something, some way of remembering him. But in my mind, this seemed like the most appropriate way to remember him and his contribution. And I know some people might think it's strange to have a plant like this named after you, but I think
Not Jim.
his family to a person thought that this was the perfect tribute to Jim, and he would be deeply honored. So that when future, generations of folks either drive by or go there to work, that they'll know that Jim Dostal played a really important role in not only that piece of infrastructure, but our whole city's infrastructure system and our politics, as you so eloquently pointed out.
Any other comments, Councilor LaBarge?
Mayor, I want to thank you for thinking of doing this honor for James Dostal. I just think that's where it belongs. I mean, he put in, over 48 years?
If you combine all of the different types of service, the BPW and it's probably over 50, but certainly 42 as an employee, and then 10 as a school committee member, 10 as a city councilor.
Well, I think this is a great honor for Jim Dostal and for the family also. Thank you.
know our DPW director is here. I don't know whether he would want to add anything to this, or I did speak with the director before I brought this order forward, and I don't know if you would.
Ed, would you like to speak to this?
Mayor called me about this last Friday. I said I thought it was quite an honor for Jim to have this named after him, and give it my blessing. So I'm 100% behind it. Just the council's aware of that.
I had no doubt about that. So. Any other comments from the council? Any other discussion? Thank you, Ned.